Do you see this? In this closet is the mangled corpse of Richard Nixon, and also a shelf that I can't reach. I guess this is there too, but that's not as important. It's funny.
You guys know the saying, new day, new YouTuber exposed, brand new YouTube allegations drop, so let's just get right into it. This one's called Quiet, and he's a YouTuber with almost 2 million subscribers, does commentary videos. Honestly, not a fan of his. I don't care for his content. I never watched him. But something that I briefly want to mention before we get into the allegations that dropped over at Twitter is that a few years ago, there was this big YouTuber at the time called Slasso, and Slasso got exposed apparently for being a groomer, for being the P word. I'm Alex, and a few other people, including Quiet, jumped in and said to defend the victim. Always listen to the victim first, don't wait for the other side. So if we go by his logic that he used a few years ago when one of his friends got exposed, and by the way, those allegations were fake, the person admitted to it. According to Quiet's logic, I guess he is guilty. I guess everyone should cut him off immediately. I just want you to keep that in mind. Hello, I never felt that I could come out about this, and I have struggled with this for years. I was raped by a man known as the YouTuber Quiet in February 2018, and have been in an extreme friendship, on and off relationship with him since 2017. I found his channel when he had less than 500 subscribers, and as a teenager wanted to make art for him because he didn't use his face in his videos. We were about the same age and slowly began talking and bonding over shared mental health issues. At this time, I was undiagnosed with autism and thus wasn't aware on how these would affect me in the coming relationship we had, and how he would most likely, without knowing, take advantage of me. While I won't say I was the most stable person at the time, I was not actively unkind. I cannot say the same for him. When my abandonment issues would arise, he would leave me ignored, and then when I was having the worst time, he would swoop in and save me and keep me under his thumb. He will yell at me or act passive aggressive towards me. Once again, these are allegations. Please wait for the other side to respond. It's not black and white. You can't be out here saying, yeah, he's 1000% guilty, even though he did it before. We're not like him. We're better than this. I think this is karma. Taking all of that aside, I think we should wait to tell us, yeah, this is cap, I never did this and I'm suing her, or yes, I'm a horrible person, I'm a shitty friend. And this is just the beginning. Eventually we met in real life a few times. I had transphobic parents, so I told him my dead name to use only when my parents were talking to him, but after knowing this information, he would use this to belittle me. First meeting was fine, but he had a rule that I wasn't allowed to take any pictures of him, but he was allowed to take pictures of me, which is weird, if real. He let me take a few before he left. I think if this guy wants his privacy, that's completely fine, but at the same time, don't be taking fucking pictures of this random dude. You cannot say, no, don't take any pictures of me, but then start taking some of them. The second meeting, however, was different. We had planned to meet up while he was on vacation in my city, and thus I would pick him up in my car, and we would go to the trampoline park and go see Black Panther. This is where the worst behavior occurred. At the time, we were both on and off flirting and had discussed it that if we were both single at the time, we would take each other's virginity. However, once he had come on to me in the back of the seat of my car, I started to get cold feet. He, however, did not want to take no for an answer. And this is when we get into the very serious part. In the back of the car of my own seat, he raped me. All the while, I was telling him how it hurt and how I didn't want it to do that anymore. He kept telling me, this is what you wanted, but soon got bored of it and got out. I sat in the car by myself for a bit before going to join him. And to make up, he had me buy him popcorn, which, if real, you're a fucking YouTuber and you can't even afford popcorn. What the fuck? Put the event out of my mind as just two virgins being bad at sex, and hung out with them for the rest of the date. I have a video of him to prove we were together at the time. A few months later, once he gained quite a few more subscribers and larger YouTube friends, he started ghosting me more and more often. It got to the point where he called me out to cut me off, and in this fight he called me a dyke who thinks he's a boy but will never be. This extremely hurt me and it caused me to spiral more. I almost needed to be institutionalized, but these are just accusations so far. I know a lot of people like to say, believe the victim the second it drops. Always believe the victim. And that would be cool if there wasn't so many allegations made against not only YouTubers, but actual famous people. And once Quiet makes his response, then we'll go from there. And he was trending on Twitter. There's people unsubscribing. If you go to his YouTube videos, it's a fucking mess. We have to be skeptical because of all the times this is happening to people and it's ruined lives. These type of allegations could end your career. I'm not saying this person's lying. You cannot pick a side right now. Like, I'm just showing you the proof so you can go from there. And don't get me wrong, if he did it, if he's a horrible person and he actually did the horrible act that people are saying he did, yes, I am 1000% with you. Let's unsub, let's get him terminated, let's get him out of here. I'm with you on that. I support that. But doing it right now, when you've only heard one side of the story, makes no sense. We listened to her story, but now we get away for his and his side of the story. There's always two sides to a story. I don't think anyone should be out here saying, yes, he's 1000% innocent, said, free my man, he did nothing wrong. And I don't think people should be out here saying, yeah, he's a rapist, he's a horrible person, let's deplatform, let's cut his money. Both sides are wrong. Right now, what everyone needs to do is chill, be neutral, take into consideration what she said, and wait for his response. And if he admits to it, I'm with you. Let's get him, terminate him. But doing it right now, when he hasn't even said anything, that's kind of weird, in my opinion. We need to wait for his side of the story. We can't go out here fucking blindly. Yep, he's a rapist. Yes, I know Kwai did this to Slasso, and Alex did the same thing, but we're better than them. We're not like them. This came out a few hours ago, like 15, 16. Let's wait for the other side of the story, and then we can go from there. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you, and I'll see you soon with a brand new video, right? Peace out.